Welcome everyone to Satoshi Chats, episode 16. My name is Casey.
My name is Jack, and this one is recorded a little bit after episode 15, but current price 46,600 for context. I feel like we should start saying context because whenever I'm listening to a podcast, I would like them to just say the price really quick, just so I can get context around what time we're in,
Right, because the perspective is all based on that. I mean, if Bitcoin is 100 million right now, what are we even talking about?
Yeah, what are we talking about?
So very interesting topic today.
Yeah, quite passionate about this topic. We'll be discussing
work
and college and what even is it? Like, everyone's doing this. Literally everyone.
Right. Everyone works in some shape or another, right? Or at least,
unless you're mega wealthy.
Yeah.
But in one way or another, there had to have been work that's done in order to get that wealth in the first place.
Right.
So, what is work?
Yeah. What is work? I think a lot of people, when you ask what is work, they just say like, ugh, or like they just say it's a drag.
I gotta go to work. Oh no.
Yeah, they hate it. It means boss. It means time. It means money. Sometimes it's a lot of things to a lot of people, but I think mainly we can say that work is you turning in your time in order for value, or in this case, usually U.S. dollars if we're talking about Americans.
Everyone doesn't like work. It's the classic. Oh, it's Monday. Oh, I got a case of the Mondays. I love Mondays. Monday is like my favorite day of the week, honestly.
All the Bitcoin news comes out on Monday.
All the Bitcoin news comes out on Monday. It's the best day of the week, in my opinion.
Right, and it's just so funny that like, well, I guess it's not funny, but it's interesting that to a lot of people, time is sort of framed around work, right? Like, the days of the week basically dictate what they're doing, because Monday through Friday they have to work at certain times of the day, and so like their entire lives, like vacations, parties, events, everything is planned around that,
And on the weekend,
right? As if like the 5 days of the week don't exist,
Who
for most people.
decided that Saturday, Sunday are the days to have off? And my current job, which I enjoy thoroughly, I have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off.
Why not?
Why not? I would rather work on the days where people are relaxing.
And don't get us wrong, we're not stupid. We understand that some people have to work more because they can't afford to live. What we're saying is you shouldn't have to do that to afford to live, right? And so that gets into Bitcoin. That's the solution to all of this talk about work as a sort of terrible thing that you have to do no matter what. Bitcoin changes that on its head. But first, before we get into that, let's discuss how people get to work, which is college.
Right. Quote unquote, if people want a quote unquote good job, they need to go to college, which means that you need to pay for it, and it means you need to go to it without getting paid. So that means you are losing money and losing time.
Well, it's entirely built for privileged people, right? I guess
Right.
If you want to go by that whole privilege thing, it's built for people who have money and time, and it becomes increasingly out of reach of most people.
Right.
And it's like, according to most people, they say that you need to go to college in order to like perform and be successful, right? So what they're saying is you have to sacrifice either your time by giving up what you would be working for instead, or you have to sacrifice other aspects of your life. I mean, most people, they have to take out loans, right? That's not that doesn't mean college is free. They're sacrificing. Oh yes, a loan is a humongous sacrifice, right? It's not when it's not like free money that you don't have to pay back. You're basically sacrificing future time, right? When you
Right.
do those loans. And that's entirely, it's lost along the way for a lot of people. A lot of people completely forget about that as they're going through college, right? Like they don't think about what really it is costing them. Like, especially if you've never worked before, like if you're kind of sheltered, I'm not sure a lot of people understand like the amount of money they're getting themselves into debt, you know?
Right. Like, yeah, you're always told as a child that if you want to be successful, you go to college, but that implies that you need to work for the rest of your life.
Right.
So, I don't plan on working until I'm 60 years old and living off of my 401k and my Roth IRA. I plan on accumulating Bitcoin and holding it.
Yeah,
So,
and there's nothing wrong with people who want to be educated, right? Basically, the criticism here is the fact that people are being forced to go to college for things they don't believe in or like, because in order to live in current society, you have to make ever extending amounts of money, and only a select few degrees, usually engineers or financial degrees, are earning that much money. So now everyone has to go to college to earn that much money, or you're a loser, right?
like, you might not even like your job.
Yeah, you might not even be able to stand it, and so we're literally just taking people away from what they could be doing so well, right? Like, imagine if someone could have been a fantastic sculptor or architect, right?
Right.
But they wouldn't be earning enough money in those positions, so they went and got a financial degree instead. Now we have some money pusher who basically just works on numbers all day, doing something they don't like, when they could have been making fantastic art that would have been remembered for generations. But because they have to earn more money, otherwise they can't live, literally, they're stuck working a job they hate.
That makes me think of the Renaissance. I think I liked a picture on Twitter recently.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to find it really quick, but pretty much it reminds me of the Renaissance because they had the time and if there was a fantastic sculptor, oh, here it is. Hard times create strong men create good times create weak men create hard times.
And we're definitely
we're in the weak men create hard times, or good, or
no,
good.
no, we're in the weak men create hard times, definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think we had a lot of prosperity over the last, we could even say last 200 years, that we've had a lot of prosperity, and that alone has caused a humongous misdirection, especially monetarily, right? Switching from gold standard to not gold standard was the biggest misdirection we could have ever taken. And so yeah, so this lands us in a place where people have to constantly work in order to live because money is getting increasingly cheap.
Right. They in the gold standard, and even 200 years ago, they had time to. They wanted to make something exactly the way they made it, and they spent the time to do that, no matter how long it took, because of gold and the way it worked, and it held purchasing power, so that they were able to live while doing their craft, even though their craft wasn't earning any money, right? So
yeah, and that's how we ended up with such fantastic works of art throughout history. I mean, it's no mistake that when you look back, art was more fantastic and more majestic and more interesting. It's because money has gotten cheaper over time.
Right. And people worked less when there was sound money. It's just a fact. Right.
And something was different about the work too. They chose the work, so they enjoyed it. And I think if you consider success and accomplishment as the main thing in your life, you find a lot of satisfaction in that, enjoying your work is one of the most important aspects of anyone's life, right? When you enjoy your work, you enjoy your life. And only by enjoying your work can people like that really feel fulfilled,
Right. Quite interesting.
Yeah, and so that's just a little expose into what we really think, you know, college and work and sound money is all about. It's not that we don't believe in either of them necessarily. It's that you should have the freedom of choice to not do either necessarily, if you want to. I mean, will there be work required in a Bitcoin denominated world? Yes. Will you have the ability to choose what you want to do freely? Yeah, because the money that you get paid is going to be worth so much more, and therefore,
It's
no matter
actual
what
money,
you're doing,
not
yeah,
fiat dollars.
yeah, no matter what you're doing, you're getting paid in real money that's actually, you know, scarce and completely backed by the entirety of the universe rather than just the U.S. government.
Right. I think that was a nice little discussion. We'll be back with Satoshi Chats episode 17. I hope you enjoyed this little episode.
Like, comment, subscribe
Yeah,
if you liked it,
let
and
us know what you think.
yeah, I'll see you later.